The Australian dairy industry supplies a wide range of products to customers across Australia and around the world. About 200 dairy factories are licensed for milk processing and manufacture. Dairy products are exported to over 120 countries all over the world. This is the story of how the industry ensures the integrity of Australian dairy products in a complex marketplace. All dairy companies have documented food safety and quality management systems. The systems cover customer specifications, the supply of raw materials, production and good manufacturing practices, cleaning and sanitation, staff training, storage, and the distribution to the customer. Many quality systems have been certified to ISO 9000 standard. The hazard analysis and critical control point technique is used to assess and manage food safety risks in the supply chain. The technique is based on the internationally recognised Codex Alimentarius approach. State dairy food authorities have also introduced a code of practice for dairy food safety covering farms, factories and distribution. Export control orders serve as the base requirement for companies exporting milk and milk products. A National Food Standards Code for the dairy industry was introduced in 2008. The standard covers the complete supply chain from farm to consumer through milk production, collection, transportation and processing. It covers the control of food safety hazards, product tracing, temperature and time for heating and storage of milk, along with the skills and knowledge of owners and staff. All dairy factories manufacturing product for export are licensed by the relevant state dairy food authority and the Australian Quarantine Inspection Service, commonly known as AQUIS. On-farm food safety and quality assurance programs have been adopted by farm suppliers. Incoming milk is checked to make sure it conforms to specifications, such as antibiotic residues. Similarly, suppliers of other raw materials work with dairy companies to ensure their materials meet exacting requirements. Raw milk is received and stored in areas clearly removed from production and finished product storage. Staff working in high-risk areas may need to change into special protective clothing and enter the area through control barriers. Standard operating procedures are used to train staff and for ongoing reference. They cover food safety, general quality, environmental issues, as well as safe working practices. Verification of the quality system is conducted using in-process quality control, calibration of measuring and testing equipment, monitoring for microbiological and physical contaminants, final product testing, internal auditing of procedures. Products are clearly identified by date of production, plant and packing equipment. Individual warehouses and vehicles used for storage and transport are licensed by state dairy food authorities and by AQUIS for export product. They must have a food safety plan covering control of contaminants and pests, storage conditions, housekeeping and cleaning, product identification, records, and skills of staff. All companies have a system in place describing the measures to be taken by the company in the unlikely event of a product recall. External auditing of the food safety and quality systems for farms, factories and warehouses is conducted by auditors approved by regulatory agencies. Companies, farmer organisations, regulators and Dairy Australia work together to monitor collective industry performance in food safety and to identify any potential risks. An example of the collaboration is the annual Australian Milk Residue Analysis Survey. The National Survey monitors milk supplies for the potential presence of chemical residues and environmental contaminants. Companies actively work to reduce the impact of dairy processing on the environment. Key areas include minimising the use of water, increased recycling of water and detergents, reducing energy usage, increased recycling of packaging materials, reducing waste such as whey by value-adding specialised proteins and lactose, and reducing air emissions and noise. The Australian dairy industry works as a partnership of companies, dairy food authorities, dairy farmer organisations, AQUIS and Dairy Australia, right through the supply chain from farm to consumer. It's a partnership designed to ensure the supply of safe dairy products to customers within Australia and overseas.